If investing has ever made you feel anxious, rushed, or confused, it's probably not because you're bad with money. It's because no one explained the rules clearly.
Hi, I'm Philip, and today I want to talk to you like a real human being, not like a finance textbook, not like social media, and not like someone trying to sell you anything. Over the last decade plus, I've watched very smart, hard-working people lose money they couldn't afford to lose, not because they were reckless, not because they were greedy, but because they were scared, confused, or simply misled. Some of them delayed investing for years. Some chased what looked safe but wasn't. Some panicked at the worst possible time, and many of them told me the same thing afterward. Philip, I wish someone had explained this to me earlier. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the biggest investing mistakes I've seen again and again. And I want you to hear this not as criticism, but as protection. If you're anxious about investing, if you're afraid of making the wrong move, if you've ever felt like the system is rigged, this video is for you. Mistake 1. Believing you need to feel ready before you start. Let me start with something uncomfortable. You will never feel ready to invest. In over 10 years, I have never met someone who woke up one morning and said, "Ah, yes, today I fully understand the markets. I feel emotionally prepared." What I have met are people in their 40s, 50s, even 60s who told me, "I kept waiting, and now I feel behind." Here's the hard truth. Waiting feels safe, but it is often the riskiest decision. Why? Because while you wait, inflation keeps moving. Prices rise, your money quietly loses purchasing power. Doing nothing doesn't mean nothing happens. It just means the damage is slower and quieter. What experienced investors understand is this: you don't start investing because you're confident. You become confident because you started. So what's my advice? Start small enough that mistakes won't hurt, but real enough that learning matters. Confidence is built through exposure, not perfection. Mistake number 2. Thinking you can outsmart the market. This one traps intelligent people. They read headlines, they watch the news, they say things like, "The market feels expensive. I'll wait for a crash. I'll jump in at the right moment." Let me say this clearly. If timing the market consistently worked, most professionals wouldn't bother with long-term strategies. The market doesn't reward prediction. It rewards discipline. What I've seen repeatedly is this pattern. People wait for certainty, the market rises, they feel left out and buy late, then volatility hits and fear takes over. They exit at the bottom and promise themselves never again. That emotional whiplash is exhausting and costly. So what's my advice? Stop trying to be clever. Be consistent. Investing is not about winning arguments with the market. It's about surviving long enough to benefit from growth. Mistake number 3. Confusing excitement with opportunity. Let me talk about something I see more now than ever. People come to me excited. "Philip, have you seen this stock? Everyone is talking about this. This feels like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." Here's what experience teaches you. If something makes you feel rushed, emotional, or afraid of missing out, it's already dangerous. Real wealth is built quietly, slowly, often boringly. The investments that change lives usually don't make headlines. They compound in the background while you live your life. When people chase excitement, they often confuse movement with progress. So what's my advice? If you can't explain why you own something in one calm sentence, you probably shouldn't own it.
Mistake number 4. Ignoring the small leaks that sink the boat.
Let me talk about fees, because this one is invisible but brutal. I've seen people obsess over returns while quietly paying unnecessary fees year after year. They didn't feel it monthly, they didn't feel it yearly, but 20 years later, the difference was life-changing. Fees are like rust. They don't destroy things dramatically, they destroy them gradually. So what's my advice? You don't need the most sophisticated product. You need efficiency. The goal isn't to beat everyone. The goal is to keep more of what you earn.
Mistake number 5. Investing without a story for your money. This is the mistake behind panic selling. People invest without knowing what the money is for, when they'll need it, how much risk they can emotionally handle. So every market drop feels personal. Every headline feels threatening. Money without a purpose creates anxiety. So what's my advice? Give your money a job. Short-term money should not take long-term risk. Long-term money should not panic over short-term noise. When you know the story, volatility becomes tolerable. My closing guidance. Let me leave you with this. Most people don't need more information. They need clarity, patience, and reassurance. You are not broken if investing scares you. You're human. The goal is not to avoid mistakes completely. The goal is to avoid the ones that permanently set you back. Start smaller than your fear. Move slower than your ego. Stay consistent longer than your emotions want you to. That's how real wealth is built. I'm Philip, and this is Philip Talks Money. If this video helped you think more clearly about your finances, please subscribe and stay with me. We'll talk about money the way it affects real life, calmly, honestly, and without pressure. And tell me in the comments, what part of investing worries you the most right now? We'll talk about it. See you next time.